All right, so for this first one, I am going to start with this term right here. 4x to the fourth. I am adding. What's my like term in the second group? Negative 1x to the fourth. So I'm going to take 4x to the fourth and add a negative 1x to the fourth. All right. Then my next group, cubed. Negative 2x cubed. What do I have in common in the second group? Positive 1x cubed. So I'm going to add those. When they have the same exponents, then you can add them. Then I have my last set, which is positive 2. What can I add to my positive 2? Positive 2. So I can add a positive 2. And then, of course, I have to simplify these. So positive 4 and negative 1 give me what? 3. And I keep this x to the fourth. Negative 2 and positive 1 give me what? Negative 1, right? X cubed. And positive 2 and positive 2 give me what? 4. And that is my answer for that one. All right, questions on that? If you want to do the vertical method, you want to rewrite them in standard form. So this is not in standard form. Highest to lowest is standard form. So my highest degree is this one right here. I would say negative 3x to the fourth. My next is cubed, so positive 6x cubed. And then I have 5x, so plus 5x. And then I am going to write this one in standard form and line those up underneath what they match. So 6x to the fourth would line up under here. Negative 5x cubed would line up under here. And positive 1x would line up under here. For vertical method, I'm just going to add down. Negative 3 and positive 6 give me what? Positive 3, and that is x to the fourth. Positive 6 and negative 5 give me what? 1x cubed. You can write the 1, you don't have to. 5 and 1 give me what? 6x. And that is my answer for that one. If you wanted to do this with horizontal, you would say 5x and positive x. See, we're going to match those two up. The 5x and the 1x would match up. You find something that is identical to it. So the 5x would match up with the x. The 6x cubed would match up with the negative 5x cubed. And then the negative 3x to the fourth would match up with the 6x to the fourth. So if I were doing this problem, I would actually change that middle guy to a plus. So I would change this subtraction to a plus. You do not touch the first group at all. The first group stays however it was given to you. For the second group, you change every single one to the opposite sign. So this is a positive 3a squared. That's going to become a negative 3a squared. That's a positive 4. That's going to become a negative 4. That's a positive a to the fourth. That's going to become a negative a to the fourth. Leave the first group alone. Change it to addition. And change the sign of every single thing in the second group. And then you do it exactly like the first group. Okay? Now you can leave it subtraction. I really don't care. If you're comfortable just subtracting, just make sure every time you do one, you tell your brain you're subtracting. Because I promise when you have a negative minus something, somewhere along the way you're gonna confuse it. I mean, it's the number one error on these. That anybody, it doesn't matter how good they are at math, the number one error is your positives and negatives, right? So definitely switch them if you screw them up a little bit in your brain when you start doing them. All right. So again, horizontal method, I would say 3a to the fourth matches up with negative 1a to the fourth. So I would group those 3a to the fourth plus negative 1a to the fourth. If I had left it subtraction, I would put minus there. I did change it to addition, so I'm adding the next group, which in this case, they gave me a positive 7. So I'm going to take my positive 7 and I am going to add it to a negative 4. And then my final group here, I have a negative 7a squared plus a negative 3a squared. And that would be where I would see most of my errors right there, is that negative 7 minus 3 when you got to that point. And then you're going to simplify it just like we did the other one. We're going to say 3 and negative 1 give me a 2a to the 4th. 7 and negative 4 give me a positive 3. And negative 7 and negative 3 give me a negative 10a squared. I am not finished with this problem. Why not? The reason I'm not done is because I'm not in standard form. All your answers need to be in standard form, which means at this point I need to list them highest to lowest exponent, not coefficient. So what's my highest exponent? Which group? Which term? 2. The 2a to the 4th. That should go first. What's my next one that should go? The negative 10a squared should go next, and then I'm going to end with my 3. If you need to check them off and make sure you listed them all, do so, because your answer should contain all of those. If you have anything in common, they need to be combined. You can do the vertical method for subtraction as well. You do want to, I would start by putting them in standard form when I did this. So I would make sure the first one, which they gave it to me in standard form, I would make sure this is standard form, 6b cubed plus 7b squared plus 7b. And then I would make sure this was in standard form. My highest is 4b cubed. Make sure it goes under the b cubed. My next one is negative 3b squared. Make sure it goes under the b squared. And my last one is positive 3b. Now, you are subtracting. You are subtracting, okay? Again, I personally, if I were just starting out this process, I would do adding the opposite here as well. So I would change this subtraction to an addition sign, and then I would change every one of my second group. This is a positive 4b cubed. I would make that a negative. This is a negative 3b squared. I would make this one a positive. This is a positive 3b. I would make that a negative. All right? And then you can just add down 6 and negative 4. That gives me a 2, right? Keep your cubed. 7 plus 3, that gives me a 10. And this is where you would actually make your worst mistake would be right there, 10b squared. And 7 minus 3, because 7 plus a negative 3, that would give me a 4b. So either method, I would probably do adding the opposite, which is just distributing the negative is all you're doing.